Texting. We are back, America. Segment 2, IDD for you, those of you in the know. I don't disagree. It's a man up Monday, the redoubtable one, Tom Izzo. Taking punches, but still on the ropes, still in the game.
Sorry, that's first segment dragged on.
No, it's all right. The Knicks deserved it. They deserve to have their moment because, honestly, they're America's team right now.
The highly questionable one.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think anybody's questioning me on that. If you are, you haven't been watching. So, in segment 2, hey, we're down to the Final Four. I will toot my horn because I was one of the few who picked Minnesota. I got the games wrong, but
what'd you say it was in?
6.
What did I say? Denver and 7.
You said Denver and 7. And yeah, I could see why you say that. And think about this:
a 20-point fucking lead.
Yeah, I was wrong in Game 6. They beat them by 45, and I was wrong. So
I was wrong, and the Nuggets had a 20-point lead in the third quarter in
Game
7.
You know, this is where the and I said this before the playoffs started. The Nuggets bench was going to be their downfall. Their bench wasn't as strong as it was last year, and they ran out. I mean, they weren't injured; they just lost quality players to free agency. Jeff Green and the other, that's like 30 points a game off their bench they lost. So, and rebounding and everything else. So, you know, that was Denver's decision to do that in free agency or during the offseason and go younger and with other guys, and it cost them. Because what
changed at the end of that game?
What changed was when Minnesota went
I wasn't watching it.
When Minnesota went into lockdown mode, Denver became a two-man team. And that's exactly what Minnesota wanted. They didn't want Aaron Gordon and Michael Porter Jr. going off. They didn't want those. Those are the guys that killed the Lakers. They're like, you know what? We're going to let these two do. We're going to shut everybody else down. Those two aren't going to beat the 5 of us. And they didn't.
In the third quarter, they did that.
That started to. And the thing is, they got theirs. Fucking Murray 35, Jokic 34, and it didn't matter because the team scored 90. So when I say they shut everyone else down, the rest of the team scored 21 points. That's called shutting everybody else down. Okay? They did that over 48 minutes. Okay?
So it was just a matter of time before they were going to...
It was a matter of time. And the other thing was, it would have happened sooner, but a certain superstar had a shitty first half. Because fucking Ant-Man disappeared in the first. He was nowhere to be found. Finally, in the third quarter, they woke him up. And he started to get involved, and it started on defense.
He only hit 6 shots.
That's it. But it's defense on Murray after that, when they made their... Murray got 25 of his 35 in the first half. Second half, Ant's like, I got him, and that's it. And he stayed with him, and he held him to 10. He was in his fucking jock for the last 24 minutes of that game. And he wasn't the only one. Karl Anthony Towns, they wore Jokic down with the 3-headed monster. They wore him down, and they kept Aaron Gordon off the glass, and they didn't give Michael Porter Jr. any clean looks and rhythm, stepping into the shot, as you like to say. And they wore them down. So the Knicks would have been the closest thing to defensively and physicality, given the Celtics that look. And that's what I'm going to miss. Because while the Pacers present problems, and they do, their offense is you cannot sleep on this offense, okay? They've got enough firepower to stay with the Celtics. So they can't lock them down when it matters most. And this is where we're going to find out a lot about Joe Mazzula in this series. Because the other coach, Rick Carlisle, is a hell of a coach. He's got a ring on his finger as a coach and a player. He was on the 86 Celtics. So this motherfucker knows his shit. He is also a Worcester Academy alum, like Mike Malone. Okay, they both went there and played for Tom Blackburn.
Really?
They both went there and played for Tom Blackburn, who's the greatest high school coach you never heard of.
At the same time?
No, different times.
Different
times.
Okay.
But Blackburn coached both of them. Okay, and I know I played for Blackburn. They are cut right from his cloth.
That's where you went?
Yep, I played for Blackburn too.
Same school?
Same school, Worcester Academy. So trust me, I tell you, those two are two of the best coaches in the game. And Mazzula is going to be tested because Rick Carlisle is going to, I can tell you, he knows what I know. Okay, and he knows that this team falls asleep, especially if you get out in transition and run, and Indiana does that better than anybody.
Dude, they do that off your made
Off
baskets.
your made baskets they run.
They got layups on the Knicks on that. And that pissed me off.
Yep. And it's ironic because at Worcester Academy, we had a fast break offense off a made basket. Tom Blackburn. I ran this offense. Okay? Made basket. We had 2 passes up the sideline, then a reversal. It was a 3-on-2 before they even got back. This was on a make. On a make. Before they could even set their press up. Boom, boom, go. It was designed. And you look at this Pacer team, and that is what they run. That is exactly what they run. So the Celtics have to make these guys stand and fight. Okay? They got to force pressure on Halliburton in the backcourt. The Celtics, here's the thing, have the personnel to do this. Because they can run 3 guards at this guy. They can. They can switch, and 4 if you want to get Jaylen Brown involved.
Yeah.
Okay? The Celtics have the personnel to actually do this to them. So
well, that's good.
This
because
is where it gets
what the Knicks would do is, I can't remember if they were switching, but every time Halliburton drove into the lane, everything just collapsed on him instead of just somebody staying in front of him.
Do you know how right you are? Guess who was number 1 in the league this year in the entire NBA in points in the paint?
Indiana?
The Indiana Pacers. They led the league. Think about this stat, America. In points in the paint. Because their guards get in there and all hell breaks loose and they're excellent passers and guys are cutting and they're getting dunks, they're getting lobs, they're getting little short floaters within 10 feet. Points in the paint. Indiana was number 1 in the NBA this year at that. So, to his point, the Celtics have to keep their guards out of the paint. And I was saying this in the second half when the Knicks were trying to make their run. You got to keep these guys on the perimeter, but you will. Here's the trick, and this is hard because you have to run them off the 3-point line, but you have to catch them before they get to the paint. So you got to turn them into a mid-range jump shooting team, and then you have to box out because the thing about jump shots is the rebounds always come long.
Yeah.
And if you know that, and you box out, do you know how good a team has to shoot to beat you? And you're running them off the 3-point line, so they got to beat you with mid-range 2s from 14 to 19 feet for an entire game. Do you have any fucking idea how hard that is to do? Because those shots are always contested.
Yeah,
they're always contested.
See, the thing the Knicks didn't do though, they didn't close out. They did flybys on the 3s.
It didn't close out.
And then they would just either take a wide open 3 or it'd be one more pass and somebody was wide open.
Yep. They were 3s that turned into dunks.
Right.
Because the guy got in the lane, drew the help, and then dished to a guy for a dunk.
Yeah.
And it was going to be a 3. Instead of closing out with the hand up and not leaving your feet and forcing it, making him take a contested 3 over you, you join the parachute club, as Larry Bird likes to say, and you fucking, now the guy's in the paint, and it's a 2-on-1, and it's fucking dunk, and foul, dunk, all this shit. And all hell breaks loose. He's exactly right. So Boston has this tape. Okay, Boston's played against the Pacers 4 or 5 times this year. They know what they're going to do. This isn't a question of they don't. Both these teams know each other. What Boston must also do, and here's the other thing. Right now, from here on out, this is all about 2 people, Tatum and Brown. This is all about them. If you look at who is left, Halliburton, Siakam, Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and Ant-Man and Karl Anthony Towns, and then Brown and Tatum. This is all about Brown and Tatum. This is where you 2 motherfuckers better earn every red cent. Every fucking one. Jaylen Brown, we're paying you $304 million. You better fucking bend that motherfucker over. No lube. Make him say uncle. Make him literally. Make him praise Red Auerbach. I'm serious. That's what you need to do. Because you're getting paid $304 million to do just that now. Right fucking now. This is where you earn your money. And Jason Tatum, if you want $350 million, you better damn well not do what you did 2 years ago against Golden State. You better be the guy who in Game 7 last year took a shit on Joel Embiid's head. Wait, let me rephrase that. You took a shit on league MVP Joel Embiid's head to the tune of 51 points in Game 7. In every highlight, you are taking a shit on this man. And there was nothing he could do about it. That Jason Tatum needs to show up for the next eight wins, or there won't be 8 wins. But if that guy shows up, there will be. So that is the challenge to you two. It's you have to be the best duo left and earn your money. Because otherwise, you're not what you think you are. I've said all along, Jaylen Brown is not worth $300 million. Well, prove me wrong, Jaylen, and do it now. Because when
so
you
if
look,
those two carry him to a title, it's all worth it.
it's all worth it. And Jaylen and Tatum will ask for his $350. I'll give him something.
You're paying?
I'll pay for something. I'll buy him drinks for
Dude,
dinner.
Sprite chill, Diet Dr. Pepper, cream soda, anything you want.
So this is what the Celtics have to do, and it starts with Tatum and Brown. I don't give a fraud. Listen,
Fat ass.
he knew it. He knew it from day one. Everybody, if he knew it, don't tell me Brad Stevens didn't know it.
No.
Okay, everybody knew that Kristaps Porzingis was fragile. Okay, and again, had Mazzula been paying attention, maybe it gets avoided because if he took him out 2 minutes before when he started to favor the other leg, it never would have happened.
And notice, I have not gloated that I said that because I know that everybody knew that.
Everybody knew it. Okay? And Brad Stevens, God love his soul, played him that way to prevent it from happening. He did all the right things. And
remember the whole year I kept saying, oh, he's not playing again. And you're saying they're taking it easy.
He played 65 games.
Right. No, but you were always saying, look, they're
planning for this.
Exactly.
They knew what you knew.
They did a good job.
They did a good job of it, okay? And again, if Mazzula didn't fall asleep at the wheel, he probably doesn't happen at all, but he did.
Really? You think it was on Mazzula?
He hurt his other leg 3-4 possessions before this happened. He's hobbling on the other leg. Mazzula should have stopped the fucking game and taken him out. 4 possessions go by. 4, and then it happens on the 5th.
He tweaks the calf.
He tweaks the other leg because he's favoring it. He's leaning on that, and that's how he tweaked the calf. It could have been avoided. And I'm not the first. And I'm not the first person saying it.
What was wrong with the other leg?
He banged knees with somebody, so he was hobbling.
A banged knee caused him to fucking
pull
his calf.
Because he was leaning on the strong leg, and then he planted off because he was favoring that leg, so not putting all his weight on it.
I feel like that one might have been coming though.
If Mazzula had taken him out when he grabbed his knee and not fucked around, this doesn't happen.
Then you think it's like maybe a few days for the knee, and then he's fine?
He had a bruise on his knee. The knee's not the problem right now. It's the damn calf.
No, I'm saying if he had taken him out, then all he would have dealt with was a bruised knee.
Worst case scenario?
Later.
Yeah. So it could have been avoided because a lot of people said, "Why didn't he take him out?"
The first time I've heard you say that.
You see it? No, but when you see the replay of it, because I didn't see the replay of it.
Yeah.
When you see the replay of it, when he grabs the knee, the other leg, you're like, the first thought in your head is,
get him out of there.
Get him out of there. And then 4 possessions later, like, what the fuck
I don't
you
know,
doing?
dude. I've been watching.
In a game you're winning?
I'm sorry. It's tough for me to say that because I've been watching the Knicks, and I mean, Josh Hart be limping down the fucking court. Tibbs won't even look at his ass. Tibbs like, no, you're standing, Josh.
Josh doesn't want to come out there.
I know.
So either
did Porzingis.
The thing is, they're on the same. No, but you can't. He has a history. And by the way, he knows his fucking history. This isn't about being tough. It's about being smart. You have to know when to be tough and when to be smart. Because you are no good to us if you're on the bench in June.
Yeah, because now they're the same thing they were.
And by the way, they may not. If they lose this series and you don't play, what the fuck is the first thing that people are going to say?
Porzingis is fragile.
They don't have Porzingis. Well, you didn't play. And if you had him, you would have won. Say, if they lose to them in 7 games, what do you think the narrative is going to be? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So, and it'd be justified. The thing is,
it
shouldn't
still.
It should. That's my point. Yeah. It shouldn't fucking matter. Yeah. Okay, Tatum and Brown. Listen. It shouldn't fucking matter. Okay, you were in the finals 2 years ago. You didn't have this fucking guy. So don't give me this crap. Okay, and if you didn't fucking piss all over yourselves, you'd have won the championship then. So this isn't a question of you two can't do this. You've already done it. You just haven't closed the deal. Well, now you got to do it now because if you look at these other 3 pairs, do you know what they all want more than anything else? They want the crown of being the best duo in the NBA. Mm-hmm. All fucking 3 of them want it. Tatum and Brown, the narrative's been it's either Tatum and Brown or Jokic and Murray. That's been the one the last 2 years. People have been debating those two. Okay? Well, if you want that crown, now you have to take it now. You have to take it. And the thing is, if you match up these four against each other, do you know who matches up best with all of them?
Boston.
Tatum and Brown.
Yeah.
Because they're the most athletic.
They're big.
They're big. They're 6'6" and 6'8" or 6'9". 6'7" and 6'9". So they can guard little and big.
Yeah.
They can play. It's like, are you kidding me? They're the best equipped to do this.
Yeah.
So you have no fucking excuse. And oh, by the way, Derek White and Drew Holiday are your running mates? And Al Horford? You got no fucking excuse. None. I don't want to fucking hear it. And by the way, kudos to Brad Stevens. He has filled up this roster. They've got Tillman. They've got Cornette. They've got this Cada kid. I'm dying for them. This dude's a fucking jumping jack. He rebounds. He blocks shots. He runs like a deer. He finishes on the break. I mean, you can't. This guy gets in the air, just duck. Just duck. I don't care who you are. He's dunking. If Shaq, he would dunk on Shaq.
We're not going to see him, though, right?
He's healthy. Mazzula's got to play him. He's got to play him. Brad Stevens.
I mean, at this point,
Brad Stevens went and got all these guys.
Porzingis, I picked Boston.
But I'm saying, Brad Stevens got all these guys because he knew it could happen.
Yeah.
He said, Brad Stevens is a smart guy. He said to himself, okay, say I play him 65 games, but he gets hurt anyway. Are we going to be fucked then? No, we're going to get all these other guys, and Mazzula's going to play him during the year, which he did for the most part, and we're going to get him ready so if this does happen, we don't sink. And they don't got to be him.
They shouldn't.
They don't know. No, but they don't got to be him. But they got to give him something.
Yeah, because
they got to give him something.
They don't make them the team they are when Porzingis is in. I mean,
no, he just complements what they have. Yeah, he makes them whole.
The other guys
because you can't defend them when he's out there.
Yeah, the other guys backing him up are strong role players that come kind of like Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson types.
When they lost the other guy, because you had Hartenstein, you didn't sink.
Exactly.
They got it because he's good.
Right.
They have developed these guys. Mm-hmm. They got 3 of them, okay? They got 3 of them, okay? Besides Horford, they've got 3 of them, okay? They've got Tillman, who's a veteran. They've all had their moments. They've got Cornette, who, as a starter, 3 starts, he averaged 16 and 8.
Yeah, he's good.
As a starter, when he started. So
rebound's good.
Rebound's good. And he blocks shots. Yeah. And then the dude Cada that I keep screaming out, you should see this motherfucker. Holy Christ. And seriously, every lob that goes up, everybody just goes, oh, fuck. Because he's like 7'1", he's like, yeah! Like, the dude's nasty. So he has prepared them for this. Yeah. So Tatum and Brown don't have a fucking excuse.
No, I agree.
Even
if Porzingis doesn't come back at all, I still would pick them to win. But let me ask you this. If Porzingis didn't come back and they end up losing to Minnesota in 7 games, failure?
Yep.
You'd be pissed?
They have home court advantage. Just don't lose at home.
Yeah.
And at home, you're 10 points better because you're at home off the bat. You can beat Minnesota 4 times in Boston without Porzingis. Mm-hmm. You can't go to Minnesota and do that, but you can do it.
They could steal one in Minnesota.
I don't believe they can.
No?
But they don't have to.
Yeah.
Defend. Look at the 86, the Celtics. Forget Garnett. They lost home games. The 86 Celtics and the 84 Celtics, the ones I all saw in the playoffs, they lost 0 games at home in the entire fucking playoffs.
But this team has already shown they love losing games at home.
I'm just saying. But that's because they fall asleep at the wheel. Here's the thing. Indiana is at full strength. You can't fall asleep at the wheel.
They should be able to fall asleep a little bit and still beat India.
No, they're the number 1 offense in the
just a little.
No,
just
no,
just
no. But if they bring their A game defensively, they can shut this team down. Yeah, even without Porzingis, they can do that. They can because Al Horford can cover the 4s and 5s and 3s and all that shit. They can switch every screen.
I would.
They literally can switch every screen.
I want this to be 4 games of absolute abuse. I want the Celtics to finally grow the fuck up.
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
And slap these fucking Pacers around and show them, look, this is what a real team with talent and health looks like. Pop, pop, pop.
Here's where he doesn't. This is why I love this. Because the Pacers did something that I didn't think was humanly possible.
No.
They should have been the feel-good story of this whole thing. The 6th seed, they come out of nowhere. This fun bunch team that runs up and down, and they managed in the span of 1 series to become a villain because they're such fucking donkeys about this. It's not even funny. It's like, talk about lack of awareness. Just lack of I swear, you'd think they're all in middle school. Like, it's unbelievable, the fucking lack of awareness. Like, and the Knicks are America's team right now, and you do this to them? Like, you made Boston. Now people are waiting to fucking the Celtics get him. I've never heard the nation rally since Larry Bird was around. I've never heard this because half the nation was Boston, half was LA. I haven't heard this, but everybody's so pissed in Indiana right now. They're like, wait till the Celtics get the. I hope they fucking. You should hear these people. These people that normally would never root for Boston. Never life. But the Pacers are such
Boston because of you.
But you got a connection to it. That's different. Most people don't have that.
Yeah.
They normally would never root for Boston.
Yeah.
But these donkeys have become such assholes about this. They've made themselves the villain. Yeah. They've made themselves the villain. And I feel bad for Rick Carlisle because he's trying to say the right thing, and his players keep putting their fucking foot in their mouth.
But Rick Carlisle started with all the ref complaining.
He did. So he even did that. Yeah, he's not absolved as either.
He's the one that got it all going.
Yeah,
with the absolute
small market team deserves a chance.
That actually paid dividends for him. That whiny son of a bitch.
I mean,
he started it, and then T.J. McConnell. Oh man, he knows how to get under your skin.
Oh my god,
that guy's a fucking pest.
He is the definition of little prick.
You know who he reminds me of?
When you think of little prick,
he reminds me of a fucking Karate Kid villain.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. He's one of those Cobra Kai kids.
One of those stupid cunts.
One of those fuckers. He's got the hair all done.
Hey, Johnny. He looks like the guy that's going, kill him, Johnny. Sweep the leg.
Put him in a body bag.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly who T.J. McConnell looks like. The problem is, he's a good fucking player, too. Is. And that's why he's a pain in the ass. But if he sucked, he wouldn't be a pain in the ass. He wouldn't be a prick.
If you look up two things, little prick and pest, there's a picture of him in both definitions. Just pest. God. He's everywhere. He's like that fucking fly that won't go away. Like, you know that fly you can't kill, and you can't kill it. It's your entire fucking dinner and you can't even eat because the fucking thing's flying around you, but you can't kill it. That's him. What the fuck? That's him. That's McConnell. That's what he is, and it drives you nuts. And I don't know what he has said. I don't think he's made any stupid comments, but
I've actually liked his.
Yeah, he has said the right things. I think,
because remember when Carlisle was crying about the refs, he was like,
the refs weren't.
We're not thinking about that.
Nope. That's true. He did say that.
He did.
Yeah. And but take him out of it. The rest of them, Halliburton wearing that Reggie Miller jersey. What a donkey. Yeah. What a fucking donkey. Reggie Miller never won anything, dickhead. What the fuck you doing?
And he lost to the Knicks.
He lost to the Knicks so many more times. Like, what are you talking about?
He beat him.
One moment, you're going to put a T-shirt, and they're missing half their squad. Like, how fucking stupid are you?
What a dick. I can't. Here's the other thing that I'm just thankful for.
Stupid.
I can't wait till next season. And it's
the Knicks have circled these games already. Yeah.
I can't wait for those motherfuckers.
Yeah, if I were Indiana next year, I might just call in sick. I might fake the hammy. Do what my brother did when he missed the layup and go down and grab it.
Dude, the thing I hated,
grab the leg.
The thing I hated is that it felt like, and maybe I'm just a little biased here. Actually, I don't want to get back into the Knicks. Let's get back.
But anyway, look, this series, in all seriousness, there's a lot of ways that Indiana can hurt the Celtics if they allow it. It starts on defense. They have to. There's every night, because here's the thing: the Celtics don't have to shoot threes to beat this team at all, because they can't stop any one of them from going to the basket. If they get out and they get it, see, here's the thing. And even Indiana, because Boston has the defense to do this because they can switch positions easily. You can do this on them. Even when they try that fast break shit off the made basket, you'll still be back. You will, because you can switch. You can interchange all 5 fucking positions. Right. So it doesn't matter. Al Horford doesn't have to run 94 feet.
Tatum gets back first. Yeah. He can guard.
Al or Jaylen Brown can guard Tatum's guys. Right. They're so interchangeable. It's not even funny. And then any one of the 4 outside of Horford can get in Halliburton's grill and make him walk it up the court.
See, Obi Toppin is the guy you have to watch out for on the fast break.
Yep.
That's all he fucking does.
Yep.
He just runs.
Yep. And the thing is, if you can keep Halliburton in the backcourt, I mean, you make him walk it up, they're a very different offense.
Yeah.
They are. Every time the Knicks got him into a half court, they struggled. It was always in transition off the make before the defense could get set. 1-2 passes and penetration or a quick shot. It was a quick shot or penetration, quick, bang, 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 before the defense could get set. And it drove the Knicks crazy because they didn't have the manpower they normally have to prevent that from happening. So that was the situation. The Celtics do have that manpower. And this is where it gets dicey because this falls into the whole Mike Will, all right, which Celtics team is going to show up? 3 years later, I still don't know. If the team that
What's your pick, though?
Gun to my head, Celtics in 7.
Really?
They have done nothing.
You think it's going 7?
They have done nothing. I said to you
Wow.
when the segment started, we're going to learn a lot about Joe Mazzula in this series. Because if Joe Mazzula gets out coached, it's going 7.
Well, he's going to get out
If
coached.
Joe Mazzula, hold on. The players have been saying how he's, and other analysts start saying Mazzula's a lot better this year at adjustments. Now, I didn't see it in the regular season, but they're saying some stuff now. I want to see this. I want to see it. I'm not going to say it didn't happen, but I just didn't see it. So I'm going to look for this because if that is in fact true, and I don't believe it, I don't believe it, the Celtics win in 5. If that is remotely true, what some of these guys are saying. Now, I haven't personally seen it, so I can't say. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen every minute of every game. I've been coaching, not coaching, but games and things. I've missed portions of games.
I think 5's the longest this goes.
If that Mazzula is actually, this is true, then you're probably going to be right. But I have to see it.
Maybe I just want the sweep.
I have to see it.
I want the sweep.
All right. The question that needs to be asked, do they have the talent to sweep this team even without Porzingis? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But they won't because
Come on, Boston.
Until I see it. See, I'll know. Actually,
this is one of those moments.
We'll know. If they sweep these guys, we'll know. All right, these guys are ready. They're ready to do this. If it goes 7, you and I are going to be sitting there going,
same team.
Well, they survived.
It's just like you said.
They pulled through.
It's kind of like you said in the
almost
first round.
lost the rope, but they pulled through.
In the first round last year, you said if they sweep these guys, if they sweep Atlanta, I'll know. Yep. And that's the same goes for this. Yep. They're that much better than Indy.
They're that much better. Now remember, let's be clear. We've been talking about how Boston got here and how they haven't faced. Well, let's look at Indy's road here for a second. No Giannis. Lillard was gone for half the series. Middleton missed 3 games.
They act like they were fucking.
It took them
fucking
6 games to beat that depleted Milwaukee team. Then they run into the MASH unit. Fucking literally, the ER was flooded with New York Knicks. Okay, fucking unbelievable. In fact, somebody made it. I gotta send you the image. It was like it shows the path to the finals. Behind one curtain there's all the injured Milwaukee players. Behind the next curtain,
really?
Yes, I gotta send
That's
it to you.
funny.
It's fucking great. So they're
acting like they're the toughest fucking team.
They're acting like they went through the '86 Celtics and the '87 Pistons to get there. Sorry, the '88 Pistons to get there. No, you didn't. You fought 2 depleted teams. They were missing half their fucking roster by the end of it. Of their 8-man rotation, 4 of them were missing. Shut the fuck up.
At one point in game 2, they go, so of all the 5 starters on the floor, only 1 was a starter at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It was Brunson.
That was it. And they got to game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, and they played Philly in the first round, who was not a 7 seed. If they weren't injured, they would. I said to Joel, that was a 2-3 series, not a 2-7. You kidding me? They went through that before. Come on. So you'd think Indy would be a little bit smarter about this approach.
A little more humble.
A little more humble. A little more, give them their flowers. They fought. They were sure that those guys fought. Give them credit. They should have said that. If they just said that, okay, cool. Not these donkeys.
It'd be kind of like
they're wearing fucking Reggie Miller. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, it would be.
Do you know how stupid that is? Dude. Let me tell you how stupid that is.
It would be like if the Celtics were wearing burning LeBron Cavs jerseys after they took out the Cavs with no Donovan Mitchell.
I got the creme de la creme.
All right.
That is the equivalent of Bill Belichick hiring Matt Patricia. That's how stupid that is.
No.
Yes, it is. You don't wear a Reggie Miller choke jersey when 4/5 of their starters aren't dressed.
Nowhere near as stupid as what Belichick did.
No, it's just as stupid. You know why? Because the whole world saw it. Everybody's seen him, and that stupid was all over ESPN.
Belichick's decision
to hire him at the
lasted an entire season. So the whole world watched that for 6 fucking months.
If the Celtics sweep these guys, what do you think people are going to say?
I can't wait.
These donkeys were wearing this. The Celtics just wiped their fucking, and they were missing. They fucking kicked them. Are you kidding me? That's all everybody will say,
dude. If
that's all the fans
go 7 games with them, I'll be disappointed.
I'll know they're the same old team. And again, they have given me no evidence.
No, hold on a second, though.
Look at the 2 games they lost in the playoffs already.
But
you can't.
But at least they gentlemen sweep 2 in a row.
Dude, look at who those teams were missing.
I know, but
they shouldn't even have taken a game.
It's just a tip of the cap.
And again, a tip of the cap where you drop game 4 because you're in their building. That's the tip of the cap. Not 25-point blowout, 27-point blowout.
I know what it is. They decided for their franchises they wanted another home playoff game. They wanted to close out a series.
So lose game 3 or 4
in the first round.
So lose game 3 or 4.
That's what they did.
No, they lost game 2 in both series.
Yikes.
In your own building.
Well, that's true.
And they got bum blasted in both of them by teams that are missing 2 and 3 starters.
Let me make excuses for them.
But you can't. Every time you've been here with me 2+ years. You have seen this now.
This is better than last year.
Every time we think they turn a corner, they do something to go, what the fuck are they doing? You have come on this set and go, dude, what the fuck are the Celtics doing? This is coming from a Knicks fan going, what the fuck are they doing? Like, how did they... If he sees it, okay, then everybody sees it.
Because I'm the blind bastard.
No, you're a Knicks...
This fucking idiot.
You're a Knicks fan who would not normally be dialed into the Celtics.
Oh, well, dude, I've already told you.
I know.
But
then as a Knicks fan,
root for the god-awful Patriots sometimes.
But as a Knicks fan, like, you see that and go, oh, my God. You're like, what are they doing? How does that even happen?
Because, look, when the Knicks aren't in it, why not root for your team? It gives us something to root for together. And when I watch a game and see how amazing Jason Tatum is,
or can be, when he chooses
and then
to be.
I watch a game and see what he did against Denver that time, and I just go,
disappeared.
How on earth
disappeared?
This guy is easily the best player on this floor right now, and Jokic is on it.
Yep.
And I don't even know if he's in.
They were down 2 points with a minute to go, and Jason Tatum didn't play. He didn't play a minute.
That was weird.
He was physically out there. I don't know where he was mentally, but he wasn't in that gym.
He was there, but he wasn't there.
He was not in that gym.
He was there, but he wasn't there.
He had to be there, but he didn't show up.
That's right.
He didn't show up.
He showed up. He just wasn't there.
He just had to be there. He showed up. He wasn't there. Have you actually watched that segment?
No.
It's fucking hysterical.
What's it named?
I forget. I'll have to go back. I probably re-watched that minute 4 or 5 fucking times. I was crying.
To try to understand.
I was crying. What a bunch of idiots. Look at these 2 clubs. And the thing was, we were so fucking serious, or trying to be, but we couldn't stop. We knew it was horrible. We couldn't stop. We just couldn't help ourselves. Oh my God. I was dying. Anyway, yeah, he wasn't there in the Denver game. I don't know why. It was the biggest game of the year.
Yeah, it was weird.
And it was on national TV. The whole fucking world saw it.
I mean, it wasn't the biggest game of the year because they had basically already locked up.
At that time, though, it was, because it was all about, all right, what's going to happen if these two,
Yeah.
And the people came away with the same thing. It's the same old Celtics.
Uh-huh.
You can't. Yeah, they got more talent than that team, but that team's smarter.
But you can't trust them.
You can't trust them. And people were blasting Mike Wilbon for saying this morning. How he says, I'm picking Boston in 7, but I don't trust him.
Wilpon said Boston in 7 against
the Pacers, but he doesn't trust him.
God, I can't. I'd be shocked if this went 7.
The majority,
absolutely.
The majority of analysts say the same thing. Talent-wise, they should be over in 5, but it's the Celtics. It'll probably go 6 or 7. They're all fucking saying it.
I could see 6. No, I can't. They're just that much better. But I said the same thing.
If I had a dime for every time
I said the same thing about the Heat last year.
Yeah. So, on paper, Tom's right.
Yeah.
But the problem is the Celtics don't.
Yeah, they haven't really done anything to make you think that can't happen again.
When you watch this team, they make you think that they have never heard the term common sense. They don't. Nothing about them makes sense. Nothing. They're nothing.
Which is weird because
it's unbelievable.
They're all smart.
They all say the right things.
No, but I'm saying when
you
hear them talk about the game, they all come.
They all sound like
very smart.
Yeah, but then they get out there,
and then sometimes they do things, and you go, "What the hell?"
And for no reason. For no reason.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just like, how do you? And this is.
I remember that one time Porzingis was fucking up, and you were like,
"Oh my
they're fucking rubbing off on Porzingis."
They were.
He's stupid now too.
He's an idiot. I remember that too. He sits back and laughs. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you saw that play. It was fucking stupid.
Oh man.
He didn't use to do shit like that.
Fucking rubbing off on Porzingis.
He didn't used to do shit like that, but he's doing it now.
Oh man, that was funny.
So true, but it's true. So yeah, Tom's right. From a talent perspective, 5. But it's the Celtics. So could this come down to the last shot in Game 7? Yeah, it totally could.
Man.
It totally could.
That'd be crazy.
It totally could. I would not be surprised either way. They are This team is the definition of Jekyll and Hyde. Literally, they are them. If the Knicks are like America's team, that these guys are the definition of Jekyll and Hyde. They literally are.
Who would you prefer to see, Jekyll or Hyde?
Jekyll.
The doctor?
The doctor. Smart.
Calm. Composed.
Yeah.
Detail-oriented.
He'll do the right thing at the right time.
Hyde, on the other hand?
Hyde's like, where's that 3-point line?
Turnovers.
I'm gonna light you motherfuckers up.
Where's that foul line? I need a brick.
I mean,
where's that foul line? I need a brick.
We have sat on this show multiple times and gone, they missed 10 in a row. And then they shot the 11th. Why didn't you go to the fucking bed?
Well, they have two of the best slashers in the game.
Two of the best slashers in the fucking ever play the game. They're fucking jacking threes. After they've missed 11.
Hang on. Like, give it another go.
Like, I would send him text and just say, clang, clang, clang.
No, here's the crazy part. Celtics would be up 25. And then all of a sudden, I'd put my phone down. I'd pick my phone up 25 minutes later, and I see clang, 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 stupid, 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 stupid. And then it goes, they just blew another one. And my response is always, no way. No way. And then
he looks at it and he goes,
it's a fucking tie game.
He looks at it and goes, what the fuck happened? I go to take a shit and I come back.
I mean, literally, I thought he was just being negative as fuck.
No.
And then they're
Tom went to take a piss. They were up 18. Tom comes back from taking a piss. They're down 6.
I mean, they blow a 20-point lead.
Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing.
Like it's a fart in a breeze.
They can't help themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, and this is, again, if you hit 11 threes in the first half, which is a good half, and you're up 15 points, in the second half, you don't come out and keep jacking threes. Right. Now you go the best. You know what they're doing in the locker room? We got to run all through. Now you got to get layups.
Yeah.
Take what they fucking give you.
Yeah.
If they have to keep taking the ball out of the net, they're going to break.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 2s or 3s. They're going to break. But not these idiots. No, you can keep fucking shooting. I mean, they shoot. I have a phrase. In fact, they have coined the phrase shooting an opponent back into the game.
Yeah.
The Boston Celtics have invented a phrase. This team will literally shoot an opponent.
Well, no, they're not the first team to do it. I've heard that saying for a while.
Who?
I don't know.
I've never heard anybody say that. I've never heard anybody say, this team will literally shoot you back into the game. And he knows what I'm talking about because he's seen it.
Yeah, no, we've said it.
We've said it. And it's literally,
back in.
This team is famous for a lot of things. That is probably what they're the most famous for. They are literally the team that will shoot you back into it.
And see here's why it happens.
It's
because
so stupid.
Sometimes they'll be up, like you said, they'll be up 25.
Yep.
And Tatum has a guy that he could literally jab step and go by.
At will.
Or
Jaylen Brown.
And
same thing.
And instead, he dribbles around, and this is what happens.
Yep.
Step back, swish.
Yep.
Okay, they're up 20 when he does this.
Yep.
Then the next time down, he keeps doing it.
Yep.
And it's like,
he misses
eventually
like 4
you're
in
going
a
to
row.
start missing that
He misses
step
like
back
4 in a row.
three.
Next thing you know, they've hit like 2 2s and 2 3s.
Right.
And the lead went from 20 to 10, just like that.
Yeah, and it's like, dude,
what the fuck
the
you
step
doing?
back three is great, but you can get by that guy every time.
If you can live at the foul line and you're an 80% foul shooter, you're going to score 25 a night. Just by doing that one thing.
Yeah.
Okay? And
It's just points on every possession.
no one has explained this or no one believes it. But the Denver Nuggets last year, perfect example, were the world champions. They were 14th in the NBA in three-point attempts per game.
Yeah.
They were 14th.
Yeah, I remember you saying that last year.
Okay, so and the Celtics have the talent to because the Pacers have that stat there. They're lead the NBA in points in the paint for the season. The Celtics should be that team, all fucking day, every day. And by the way, these two stats have locked heads in the playoffs 7 times in the past. Guess what the score is?
Points in the paint wins.
Points in the paint wins has won 4 out of 7 series,
That's pretty even.
but they've won 4 out of 7.
One more.
That's regardless of whether they had home court or not. That's pretty impressive.
Did you know T.J. McConnell had
So
he had more points in the paint than the entire Knicks team some games.
I mean, look,
5'8", whatever the fuck he is.
I agree with him on paper, and we're gonna end this segment on this. But the Celtics have the talent to win this in 4 or 5. But until I see this, I can tell you it's gonna go 6 or 7 because they'll just give 2 away.
I'm riding with my Celtics.
They'll just
man.
give 2 away. And if this Mazzula thing is real now, we'll know. Because if it is, and he makes the adjustments, they'll win in 5.
See, I'm the Kendrick Perkins.
Did you hear what he said about the Pacers? Oh, he's blowing them out.
Oh, he hates him.
No. Perkins thinks they're going to beat the Celtics.
No.
Yeah, he's got them. They have a 50-50 shot to win this series. He hates the Celtics.
He does?
Yep. He's been bad-mouthing them forever.
Well, no, he sounds like you when he talks about the Celtics.
He thinks the Pacers are going to win. I didn't say that.
No, I mean, he is always getting on the Celtics for the same shit that you get.
No, but the thing is, they were whether I agree with him or not on they have to prove it to me, they were 64-18. They led wire to wire, basically. They were the best team in the league all year long.
How do you not pick them to beat the Pacers?
Even with the hiccups, they were 6 games better. Do you know how often that's happened in the history of this league? Where the distance between 1 and 2 was 6 games or more. Mm-hmm. Okay, they're in rare air here. Okay,
how many times did it happen?
It's happened, I think, 8, and they're the 9th team to do it in the entire.
So it's happened 9 times.
They are the 9th team to do it. And the league's been around since 1946. So do the math.
What math?
How the percentage of how often this happens?
4 times every 80 years.
Maybe. That's pretty rare air. And look at some of the teams on that list. 96 Bulls.
That's once every 20 years?
96 Bulls, 86 Celtics, 87 Lakers are all on that list. And they are 3 of the 5 greatest teams that ever played.
Oh, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
They are 3 of the 5 greatest teams, those individual years.
So we said 9 times in around 80 years.
Yes.
So it's like
less than 10% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's rare.
So it's like once every 9 years or something?
9 or 10? That's fucking rare.
Mm-hmm. Rarefied air.
So if they don't win this thing, again, barring me, Porzingis is an injury. It's not Tatum or Brown.
No.
It's not. He's a good player.
He was your icing.
He was. But he's not Tatum or Brown.
He was your icing on top.
You still have enough.
He was a cherry. He wasn't the cupcake or the icing.
Because again,
he was a cherry.
The team that they really needed him for is not here anymore. Denver's not here anymore.
Yeah.
He was they needed.
Well, they could use him against Minnesota though.
Horford can pull him away from the basket. He's good enough.
I know, but
Horford was a 41% foul 3-point shooter this year. He can pull him away from the basket. In the closeout game, he hit 6 threes.
I still like Porzingis better.
Well, I think Porzingis is a better shooter than him, but I think Horford can still do it. He's not as good, but he's good enough.
They have the personnel.
He's good enough. He's not as good as, but he's good enough. Okay. The thing is,
He's good enough.
It depends on, this all depends on how Mazzula uses the bench. Because here's the problem. Horford in the regular season was averaging 26 minutes a night. He averaged 38 minutes in the playoffs. He's 38 years old. You got to keep him below 30 minutes a night. You have to.
Why is he doing that?
Because he's not playing enough of Cornette, Tillman, and Keita. Those three big men that I've been talking about. Brad Stevens went and got them. You've got to use them. And the thing is, now that...
Sound like me talking about Alec Burks.
But think about it. Philadelphia, they would have needed Porzingis if they got through. Milwaukee with a healthy year, they would have needed him because they needed that stretch five. These other teams don't have a guy like that. Mm-hmm. They don't. So they can get around through these guys without them.
Yeah.
And Denver was the one team left that truly had a five that could literally live at the three-point line if he wanted to. Mm-hmm. And you'd have to do something about it.
Well, Miles Turner's a little like that.
He's not.
He's nowhere near as good as...
He's nowhere near Jokic. Horford can offset him.
Yeah.
He can.
Actually, he's kind of like Horford. He's just young.
He's 1 inch taller.
Yeah.
Horford's 6'10", he's 6'11". So, but they do pretty much the same thing. So he can offset.
He was a really good three-point shooter in that series against the Knicks.
Yes, he was.
Now, his look was almost always wide open.
Because they had a hard time
pick and
roll and getting the center out to him or switching off. Because, again, it was Halliburton that was coming off that screen most of the time. So what do you think the Knicks did? Well, fuck, if it's him or him, it's not going to be him.
Well, they switched it, and then Hartenstein would be guarding Halliburton, which was a tough guard.
Too tough. Horford's quicker than Hartenstein. He can keep this kid in front of him. Hartenstein can't. He can't. It's not his fault. He can't. And most big men can't. That's the thing. So
he did okay. He ended up forcing him into threes, but typically he spaced him out.
He was able to make the shot.
He would do that fucking teleport move, whatever the fuck it is.
Yep, it's the sidestep there. Oh, no, I'm not here. I'm 3 feet over there.
It feels like a travel when you see it.
It's that fucking Euro step shit.
But it's like jab step in, 1 step back to 2 steps back. It feels like a travel.
I wish to God that Larry and Magic and Michael played in this era with these rules. What they would fucking do...
They couldn't do that back then,
No, they couldn't do any of this shit that they're doing now. That's why I laugh when J.J. Redick goes, they're more skilled. No, they're not. They have more rules geared to let them do shit that they wouldn't let these other guys do. Yeah. That's all it is. And Redick's too fucking stupid.
Sometimes I feel like they'd call a travel on 2 steps back in the day.
Yeah. Sometimes they would.
Like making it like you had to take 1.5.
James Harden on his step back, it's like 4.
Right.
It's like 4 steps.
It's like
it's like a double 2-step.
Yes.
After the fucking dribble.
That's what I don't understand.
What the fuck is that?
1 step to the 2 jump. Like it's like you just gave 10 feet.
That's minimum 3 steps.
10 feet.
I know. It's minimum 3 steps in just
in one direction.
It's unbelievable. And
after you've already stopped the drive.
Yeah, it's like wow. I mean, why don't you just?
So I stopped the drive. Now you get to jump.
The only thing left for the NBA to do is to put a magnet inside the ball, so when it gets near the rim, it just goes right to it. Fucking right in. That's the only thing left for the NBA to do to make it easier for these players to score today. And not only there's that, what they've done to the defense is just as bad. Okay, so it's set up for you to.
If you shoot from a certain distance, the rim just widens.
It's unbelievable.
That's a 64-footer.
What they have done to enhance the offensive side of the game. And by the way, which is why the influx of European, because this is all about turning the game international. All this shit came from Europe. America's game. All of this stuff came from fucking Europe. All of it. The hand that you can't fucking put your arm, you can't rest your elbow on his hip in an established position. You can't do any of it anymore. That's all the European game.
Until they get to the playoffs, you can grab Jalen Brunson.
Because remember when this changed. This changed in 1992 when the Dream Team went over there and destroyed everything in their path. And the Europeans were like, and they're like, if you want us in this international game, you got to change some of these rules, man. Because only Americans play like this. The rest of the world doesn't. And that's what fucking happened. That's literally what fucking happened. Mm-hmm. Look at when these rules came in. I'm not making it up. Mm-hmm. Go back and look at the dates on this shit. Okay? Look at when it started, right after 92. Okay?
So
you didn't see
the NBA brought this in?
Slowly they integrated it over
they first did away with the handshake.
Yeah, that was the end of the Jordan. That was the end of the Jordan era. That was right at the end of Michael's career.
And now you can't even put the elbow.
You can't even do that anymore. Yeah. It's unreal.
But if you watch these Knicks playoff series, They let them do that to
No,
Brunson.
well, this is the thing about the playoffs that I like.
They were all over Brunson.
In the playoffs, they let you play. Because, and this is where I give Adam Silver credit for this. He has told these officials, you can't be the reason. So let him play. Obviously, there's a line. Don't let him cross it, but we're going to push that line back a few feet. Okay?
Next Philly series.
And I'm not talking about the 3-point line. Okay, they're pushing it back a few. Okay, and they've done it, and they need to for the good of the playoffs, and it's been good so far.
For the good of the people.
Yeah. So anyway, and then West, we haven't talked about West real quick. Minnesota, Dallas. Look, this is a very interesting matchup. They split during the regular season, I guess. This is the best offensive. Luka led the league in scoring against the best defense. Kyrie Irving is playing his best ball since Cleveland. And the trades that Mr. Cuban and the front office for the Mavericks did at the deadline with this kid Lively and some of the guy Gates they brought in, they've got 2 7-footers that block shots, rebound, run the floor, and dunk. And when you got guys like Luka and Kyrie out there, holy shit, it can be a field day. So this is going to be a very interesting series.
How many times did they play? I got 3.
I think it was 2-1
Minnesota. So they played December 28th, January 7th, and January 31st. I wonder if Towns was playing. I think he was.
I think he was. He got hurt after that, I think.
Got hurt kind of late, right?
Kind of late, yeah. He was there. But, of course, when they also played, Dallas hadn't made those trades yet either. So this is going to be very interesting.
Sure?
Yep, I'm sure. Dallas, the trade deadline was before, or whether it was after they played. They made those moves then. Because the thing is, the Minnesota games are what kind of the light went off in Cuban's head. Like, we can't compete with these guys up front. We don't have enough size. And he knew that between them, and he couldn't be with them or Denver up front. They didn't have the size. They went out and got 2 7-footers that are serviceable, that you put them with Luka and Kyrie, and they look really damn good because those two can play. And they can create dunks for these guys, lobs, highlight reel shit. They get in the paint. Because what happens when Luka and Kyrie go to the basket? They draw 3 defenders. The guy who's already on them and 2 help. So what do you think that does? It creates lob opportunities back to all this stuff for the big men, these athletic big men. So Cuban figured this out, or whoever his GM is, and that they found 2 of them. And by the way, since those trades, number 1 in defensive efficiency is Minnesota. Number 2 in defensive efficiency is Dallas. So this is going to be very, very interesting. Minnesota has the home court. Here's the thing. There was some chinks in the armor, believe it or not, in that Denver series. Some things that I saw about Minnesota that told me they are very beatable. They've got their chinks and they can be exploited if you're smart about it. And Dallas, ironically, has the types of individual offensive players that can actually do this. So this is going to be a very interesting series. I think it goes 7. I'm going to go with Minnesota, but I think both teams are going to steal one on the other's floor. But Dallas is going to surprise some people because these 2 big men that they have coming, they platoon them in with the other 3. I'm telling you, Dallas's defense, they have a defense now in Dallas. They didn't have one before. So, and they got, by the way, it's so contagious, they've got Luka playing defense now, which is something I never thought I'd say or see in my lifetime. So I've got Minnesota in 7 there. Game 1 is tomorrow night in the Eastern Conference Finals at 8 o'clock. Game 2 Thursday night. Game 1 West would be Wednesday night. We're going to try and do a show Wednesday night because we're leaving Thursday for vacation. So we'll try and come back Wednesday night. We'll have seen Game 1. We'll go over that. Plus, we'll if he wants to talk about the Mets, if he hasn't buried them yet.
Dude, it
doesn't look good. Even I'm saying it doesn't look good. And I'm a Red Sox fan.
So they played 4 times. Timberwolves 3-1.
3-1.
I got to take Timberwolves.
I said that. They would said, but I think because Dallas made those additions on defense,
they played them with those guys.
When was the last time they played?
Let's see.
Because the trade deadline was in February, or was it the end of? When was it? I thought it was late. I thought it was in February. Hold on.
Maybe they only played them once with those guys.
It may have been. I don't know. Hold on, let me see something here.
Dude, Anthony Edwards, man, he scores a lot.
He does score a lot. Okay, here we go. NBA.
Dude, OKC really blew it.
They kind of did. They really did, actually. The trade deadline was February 8th.
Okay.
And that's when these moves were made. So Dallas, because of those moves, they were preparing for either Denver or Minnesota, potentially both, because no one knew what the season was going to be. But they knew they would probably have to go through at least one of them. And they addressed it accordingly. So this is going to be a hell of a series, I think. And don't be surprised if Dallas wins it, because there are some things going on with Minnesota. You know, twice in that series against Denver, Anthony Edwards disappeared. For he pulled the Jason Tatum type of disappearing act. Which
what was that all about?
I don't know, but it happened twice. And if it happens twice, it's not a fluke.
Yeah.
So, plus, Kyrie could get him in foul trouble. If he insists on going one-on-one with Kyrie Irving, and I'm not saying he can't check him. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. I don't know. I'm impressed that he wants to take on that assignment. To me, I would do it sparingly because they need his offense. He is their leading scorer. You can't have him sitting on the bench with 2 fouls midway through the first quarter, and then you don't see him for the rest of the half. That would be bad for Minnesota, and I think Tommy knows it. So I'd say pick your spots with that. But I don't know Anthony Edwards. I just know that in 2 games this year he disappeared. So.
Yeah, and he was one of those guys you didn't think would have moments like that.
Not at all. The exact opposite.
Yeah. So
the fact that it happened twice, and if he's taking on some, I'm going to guard Kyrie from the jump. Well, if you get 2 quick fouls, you're going to be sitting for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and in Dallas,
would you rather have him guard Luka?
I'd have him on Luka. Yeah, because Luka's not going to.
Luka draws fouls though.
Yeah, but he's quicker than Luka. Like Luka can't go by him. Kyrie can go by him. Kyrie can go by anybody. I'm saying, but he's up in your face. That's the only. He doesn't do. He is so good athletically, he can do that to like 99% of the guys in the league and lock them down. But there's 3 or 4 that he can't do that to, and Kyrie's one of them. There's 3 or 4 guys, and 2 of them are on the Celtics, by the way. He does it; they'll go right by him. Yeah. Okay, Kyrie's another one; he'll go right by him. You try and get in Kyrie's face. Nope.
You got to play off.
You got to play off him and use the best way to guard Kyrie Irving. Is especially when you have the height advantage that he has. Is use your arm because you're quick enough to stay in front of him and make him shoot over you. Don't fall for his fakes, his ball hand. Just watch his waist and make him shoot over you. And he will shut. If he does that, he'll shut Kyrie Irving down. But that's not how he plays.
Yeah.
He'll get right in his jock.
He's gonna get too close.
And if too close. Okay, too soon. Dude. And in Dallas, Kyrie will definitely get those calls.
For a third time in, I guess, around 24 hours, maybe a little more than that, a road team has won a Game 7 to advance to the conference finals. This time, it's the Edmonton Oilers in the NHL. Maybe they beat Canucks, or that doesn't look like a Canuck.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we watch sports.
Man, 3-2.
3 Game 7s in the last 3 days?
No.
2 days.
Back to back. Yesterday was the Knicks and the Nuggets. Both home teams went down. And then tonight, Vancouver goes down to Edmonton.
The 2
different sport, but
I've
still.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. And I'm not the only one. The 2 greatest words in sports, Game 7.
Game 7.
Game 7. So,
yeah, who said that?
Yeah.
Is it Bill Russell?
I don't remember if it was Bill Russell, but
I feel like I saw a quote from him.
It's been said.
Dude, that...
by me.
No, yeah, you made it up.
No, I didn't make it up. I just happened to agree with it. So.
Caitlin Clark tonight, that was an exciting game. It was sloppy as fuck, but it was exciting.
Well, the Fever and have work to do in terms of... They got to get some more personnel. But I will say this. I have watched 3 of their 4 games. They have gotten better every single game. So for this, I will say this: the coach looks like she's got a deer in the headlights. But when they go out there and they execute, they look pretty darn good. But they don't have a lot of talent right now. They don't, not yet. They got to get some more pieces.
Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark showed her persistence Monday night.
By the way, she got knocked down again on a screen. Another big girl.
She tripped.
Literally, like.
She rolled her ankle going into the screen.
No, this was after that.
That was another one?
There was another one. Twice it happened. This one was, she got popped. Kept playing. To her credit, kept playing.
Stewart fucking flattened her.
Yeah, Brianna had a message.
That's where...
Brianna's like, it's my league, bitch.
No, the crazy part is...
She's the league MVP.
So, I didn't like all those people that were like saying reality's coming, you know, she's going to be playing with grown... I thought they were just hating. But when you see her out there, it's
true.
It's true.
It's true.
And the tough part is...
But she's playing well.
She didn't get 4 months to work on her game.
She went right from the college season.
She went right into
Actually,
that.
what's her name said something about this in the pregame tonight, saying this schedule's messed up. I know why they're doing it. They do it in the offseason because they're not competing. Like the NBA's ending soon, so they'll have.
They want to get it going.
They want to get it going.
Basketball
exactly.
interest.
So I get it, but the learning curve is not there. Now, Caitlin Clark, she
didn't have a chance to improve her game.
Here's how great this kid is. She's averaging 17 and 7, I think, and the jump has been a jump. I mean, this league they know everything. She can't do half the shit that she was, but she's adjusted to it, and she's playing pretty well.
Tonight she had 17, 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 blocks.
2 blocks.
She was 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 3 for 7 from 3.
Not bad.
Here's where she needs to step her game up.
5 turnovers.
5 turnovers to 5 assists.
5 turnovers.
1-to-1 is
now,
bad.
Again, think about her first game. She had 10. Let's think about this.
10 turnovers?
The first game she had 10. Listen, and that's another record, by the way, not the one she wanted. But I mean, here's the thing. That statistic alone tells you the jump. Because what she is learning is some of the passes she threw in college. Yeah. She can't throw them.
They were sloppy in college.
Yeah, they were, but they got away with it because they weren't. These are the best women basketball players in the world, and their head is on a swivel. You make a mistake. It's like playing chess with it. You make a mistake like that, they're going to pounce every time.
But here's the other thing to note, and this goes to the other star on that team, Aaliyah Boston. She had 10 points, 6 turnovers.
Yep, she's in her second year.
Right. She had 8 rebounds and 6 turnovers. That's kind of like her rebounds are like Caitlin's assist numbers.
Yeah.
You can't basically have a 1-to-1 in that.
No.
You know? And, I mean, you think if she has 3 less turnovers and Caitlin has 3 less turnovers, they win the game by 6 points.
I'm saying now, again, I've seen 3 of the 4 games.
And that's against the Sun, who are good.
And they've played good teams, man. They haven't played a bad team. So here's the thing. This team was a bottom-of-the-barrel team last year. With the exception of really one game where they got just bum-blasted by like 50, which was New York, the Liberty.
Was that against the Liberty?
Yeah. Then 2 years later,
Ionescu, Stewart, and there's another person.
Brianna Stewart set that pick in the second game that sent a message to Miss Caitlin that it's my league. And but you know what? She responded because here's the thing: the first game, the Liberty held her to 9 points. 48 hours later, she scores 22
against the Liberty again.
Yep.
They played it
back to home, back to back.
Home and home.
Actually, they were both in New York. It was their first time in New York.
They've been doing that.
I know it's weird.
The NBA too. This
just in 48 hours against. And by the way, the Liberty were in the finals last year. By the way, they were the team that lost to Vegas. So they're a great team. For her to make that kind of a quantum leap in 48 hours, 48 hours. That tells you the talent level of this kid and her work ethic. Because a lot of players get rattled like that. They don't want to see that team again for a while. She went right back at him 48 hours later. All right, I'm ready for you now. That's a different kind of cat. I'm just saying. That's a different kind of cat. And
Fever had 5 in double figures tonight.
Yeah, they're getting better. They looked better. They lost the second time.
The Sun had 2 20-point
The
scores.
first game against the Liberty, it was 102-66. The second game against Liberty was 93-80. So think about the difference right there in one game. Okay?
Yeah,
in one game.
Tonight on the broadcast, the coach said, we've only been together for like 20 days or something
like
that. It's crazy.
I'm saying that this is a work in progress. And their schedule,
still getting to know each other.
Their schedule out of the gate was brutal. So what do you expect, America? Now, again, first of all, a lot of people knows her. They're not blasting them because they know they were the worst team in the league last year. And their 2 best players are their first and second year players. Let's be honest. It's those 2.
And Feg Benley, the backup center, 11 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah. They've got some good young pieces. But they've got to build around them. And again, they're building this the right way. They get Aaliyah Brown, they get Caitlin Clark the next. That's a. Listen.
Who are they getting next year?
I don't know. Both of them have been National College Player of the Year. Both of them. So that's pretty tough to do.
Yeah.
Okay? And they got them.
Once they find that chemistry.
And they will, because
you're kind of like Stockton to Malone.
You're starting to see it. You're starting to see it tonight. With that pick and roll at the top of the key.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of plays.
Dude, I like when Caitlin hits the bounce pass between two defenders. Mm-hmm. She just has to keep it tight. Too many times she was pulling the Brunson, the lazy little one-handed. Mm-mm.
She's getting used to the speed of the game.
Yeah.
The speed of the game up there is faster than where she was. Mm-hmm. And by the way, that is a normal jump, okay, for those who don't know. Same thing on the men's side. There's one speeding call, and then there's the pro speed. And the pro speed is whatever fucking speed they want, whenever the fuck they want it. And you better be ready when it happens, because it's sink or swim. You're either going to swim or you're going to drown. No one's coming back for you. That's the men's game. And the women's game is very similar. And she adjusted like that in 48 hours. With 20 days with this team, I don't think people understand this girl's talent level. Never mind her mental toughness. And that's going to be her biggest
I want to see her play the Sky. I want to see her play Angel.
She will. This is going to happen. Don't worry. Wait till she plays against Taurasi. I want to see that.
Is Taurasi playing?
Yeah.
What team is she on?
They lost to they went out, they booed their opener. She's with Phoenix. Their opener, they go to play the defending champs. They were winning at the half. They ended up losing by like 5, and she had like 24. She's 39 years old.
Damn. She's
playing against the best team in the world, and she drops 24 on them. At 39. She's older than LeBron. Okay. Crazy. And she's not an athlete.
I want to see Caitlin drop some threes on her head.
I'm just saying, you know what's going to happen the first. By the way, she did something the other day that was so dirty. This being Diana Taurasi, I lost some respect.
What'd she do? Joel Embiid?
It's late in the game. It's on the level. It's late in the game. This team's trying to win. It's a close game. This girl comes in the lane. Her and her teammate kind of, the kid makes a layup, and then as they turn, Taurasi goes in and puts the shoulder, drops her right in the paint. Mm. Drops her right in the paint.
Hit her in the face or what?
Right on the chin. Mm. Dropped her right in the fucking paint. And then try to act like it didn't happen. You got to watch the replay. It's devious. And it is. When you look at it, like, that's fucking, it's like, that's conniving. It's like, holy fuck. Like, what is wrong with you? When you see it, you're like, wow. And and it's on the premise of you mess with my teammate, you mess with me. But her teammate didn't go down. So if her teammate didn't go down, you don't one-up it. If an eye for an eye. But that didn't happen. So, but she made a point. And it was like, wow. I never saw Larry Bird doing it like that. Mm-hmm. Or Michael Jordan or Matt. I never saw anyone doing something like that. So, whatever. You look at it, you decide. But it was kind of, wow. All right. You're that person now?
I can't find it.
I'll send it. I have it saved. I'll send it to you. All right. That's going to do it for our show tonight. We'll return Wednesday night. We will review Game 1. And, by the way, Game 1 of the Western Final will also be on as we are taping live. So we will see you then for Game 1 from the West, from where will be Minnesota. So until
we're supposed to come into the NBC basketball.
Wednesday night would be perfect. The playoffs.
I'm not in the mood anymore now until the next Lost.
Oh, come on.
Sunday, we're at our daughter's soccer game singing the NBA theme song. Now I'm just don't care.
I'm going to play it later.
You play the CBS one.
Yes. Anyway, you guys enjoy Sack Up, whatever it is, Tipping Back Tuesday. We'll see you on Wednesday night.
Sack Up Tuesday.
No, Tipping Back Tuesday. So until then, America, peace.
Booyah.
Bah, shoot it.
Oh, man.